Hi, Louise. Hi, Tony. Welcome
Hey,
to Impact Builder. Um, love to hear more about real life conversations. But firstly, a little intro from yourself, please.
Well, as you said, I'm Louise, and I am the CEO and founder of ReelLife Conversations, a business that was started in January this year.
And Tony?
hi, I'm Tony. I am the CTO of Real Life Conversations and co founder.
Fantastic. Well, it's great to have the opportunity to chat with you today. Um, so let's start with the problem. What is the problem that you've spotted and how big is it?
The problem that we have spotted is around care for those people with a dementia. And we are looking to create moments of joy and connection for people with a dementia and their carers using family photographs as a foundation.
Can't wait to get into a little bit more detail there. So, how big dementia? Can you give us a feeling for the scale of that in the UK and beyond?
Yeah, absolutely. So in the UK, there are around 1 million people that have a dementia today. Worldwide, that number goes to 70 million. And every 3 seconds, someone in the world develops a dementia. So whilst we've been speaking, there's at least 3, 4, probably 5 people now that have developed a dementia and are adding to that total of 70 million.
And dementia is the space in which you are looking to provide a solution to a problem. Can you talk to me about what that kind of smaller problem in that bigger setting is that you're looking to address?
Yeah, absolutely. Um, Carers and people that look after those with a dementia, there's different types of carers and different types of care settings. There's care at home, which might be using a paid carer, but it might be unpaid carers like friends and family, and indeed the care home setting. All of those settings and those interactions that carers or visitors and people with a dementia are having can often be difficult. They can often be fraught, but you can often end in silence because it can be incredibly difficult having a conversation with someone with a dementia when they don't really remember often what they just said. And what our tool is doing is creating a prompt and a physical thing to look at together to try and deepen conversation and have meaningful moments.
So that reminiscence comes alive, I guess.
Reminiscence, because we are looking at families' photographs. So the person with a dementia has a history and a past. And that is so often, like all of our families, created with photographs. And we all look at those photographs all the time. What our tool is doing is building on just having a physical photo album or something in your phone that you carry around all the time. It uses those pictures and it builds on that. And that helps enable conversation, and that helps, as I've said, those meaningful moments and moments of joy between two people that are having a conversation or an interaction.
Before we come on to the what the technical solution looks like, it sounds like this is quite a well researched initiative. Can you talk to me about your reference points, the research, and any support you've had to understand the deeper problem?
Absolutely. I mean, obviously we're all able to research these days. There's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of signposting, and there's plenty of places to go to. In those discoveries, I've met some incredible people along the way. And I guess there's two companies, or two businesses, two charities that really stick out in my mind. The first is a guy that I met at Dementia UK, who also works for the University of Sheffield Catch Department. He has been researching the use of accessible technology for those with a dementia for 10 years. He's been studying this and understanding and enabling those people with a dementia to use technology that they might have previously been excluded from before. He's got so much knowledge and he's been a real source of help to us, which has been fantastic. And that's culminated in him being one of our board advisors as well. Secondly, is at the University of Stirling. There is a trust called the Dementia Services Development Centre, and they are a source of expertise in physical design for those with a dementia. So their building has incredible examples of the best type of design that you can create for a dementia inclusive world, whether that be color, whether that be kitchens, whether that be the way that doormats would never be anything black, because otherwise people feel like they're falling into a hole. It's an incredible centre, and we've met some great people there as well.
So let's talk a little bit about the solution that you've built, and let's look at that from a user's perspective.
Yeah.
And from what I'm hearing, I think that you've potentially got more than one user here, and it'll be great to hear what those different users are and what the user experience is of the solution that you've put together.
Yeah, so I will talk a little bit about what the app looks like to begin with, just to center us on that. As Louise mentioned, this is based on a set of family photographs. So when you think of the app, the main real estate of the app is a picture. But around that picture, we've used our technology to string together links to other pictures, but also to pull out aspects of that picture, whether that's a person or a location, an object in the picture. We can use the metadata from the pictures to display more information around the scene that is being displayed, potentially. The reason to do all of that is so that when you're having a conversation with your loved one or the person with dementia, you've got a bunch of things you can use as conversation aids. You may not know this person's background to the depth that the picture is displaying. It could be a picture from a previous decade, 2 decades, 3 decades ago. But the tech allows you to focus on an aspect of the picture and make a conversation about it. And if that works, you can keep it going by literally clicking on the button that takes you to more pictures in the same sort of vein and context. And that's how we envisage the app being used and working.
Okay.
Because it just keeps the conversation going. There's no beginning, there's no end. It's just a conversation.
Okay, that's I'm getting a picture of that in my mind. So you talk about prompts. Can you give me examples of what those prompts might be and what they might lead to?
Absolutely. So if you imagine a picture with a family setting, we're all having dinner. You will have some people around a table. What we can do is pull out those faces and use them as prompts linking to more pictures of those individuals, or it could be we can link to more scenes around a dinner table. And the ability to do that is the cleverness behind the scenes of this tech. But it means if you've got Auntie June and Uncle Graham and you want to see more pictures of Uncle Graham, you can click on Uncle Graham and it will lead you to another photograph with Uncle Graham in that picture. And it doesn't have to be Uncle Graham. It could be Auntie June, or it could be a dinner table or a beach or some flowers. So it's any of those things allow you to build and continue a conversation. When you're talking to a person with dementia, the ability to maintain a thread of conversation can start to unravel as time goes by on their journey. But it doesn't matter, because you've got another picture, more things to talk about, and you can just keep that interaction going, bring those moments of reminiscence and joy into the conversation as part of the care for the individual.
So I imagine that people at different stages of a dementia have different abilities to recall memories.
Yep.
But then there will also be things that maybe trigger those individuals too. How do you deal with that within the technology?
So That was very important to us, and actually something that's impressed a lot of the experts that we have been talking to about our product. We have taken into account some of the known problems that those with a dementia have. Unexpectedly, a particular photo, a person, an object, a place might trigger that person to have a memory that might be a true memory, but it might not be, and cause anxiety or a crash in mood or anger or upset. What we created was something called the comfort photo, which is pre-set up and is the only part of real learned interaction with the app. You press the button, one swipe, and the comfort photo replaces everything else on the screen that could have caused that trigger. And the idea is that the person that is sitting with and having the conversation with the person with the dementia can then try and lead that person away from their upset and put them onto a better path. Distraction is often a great technique that we need to use, daily, frankly. But this comfort photo is a way of distracting away rather than just stopping the activity, which is the obvious alternate.
It's clear that you know this subject matter well. I'm wondering, is there any personal journey that you've been through?
Yeah, absolutely. I started this company because of my mum. My mum has been on her dementia for around 6 years now. And as a family, we have learned a lot about care. I've learned a lot about how tough the role of a carer is. I'm very lucky to be surrounded by a team of carers that help me look after my mum. But one of the things that was so obvious was reminiscing and looking at old photos actually gave my mum pleasure. The difficulty was that often only me, my brother, or one of my mum's friends could do that because they had the context. So as Tony was describing our app, nothing relies on a memory if you don't have it. If you don't know who Auntie June is or Uncle Graham is, it doesn't matter, because we can actually talk about the objects, the other things in that picture, because in every single picture, there is always something else to talk about, even if there is no cognitive recognition of the context of that photo. You might pick out a colour and say, what a beautiful coloured top you were wearing. Oh gosh, what a lovely necklace. I love necklaces. Do you like jewellery? I've noticed that you wear jewellery and I love jewellery. I'd love to be buying, whatever it might be. You can generate conversation off of anything in a photo. And what our app is doing is providing ideas, even if the person doesn't recognise the place, the context of the photo or the people.
So this is the impact builder. Impact is very important for us all. How are you going about measuring the impact that this technology can have to your users?
We are looking to impact visits and shifts that people have with those with a dementia. We would like a positive impact for not only the person with a dementia by engaging in a joyful and meaningful activity, but also making a visit or a shift just that little bit easier by offering a tool that supports that visit or that shift. We never expect real life conversations to be something that lasts for an hour or 2 hours or whatever. It's a short activity that you can do again and again and again. The impact that we're trying to make is a positive moment and enjoying a conversation that is supported.
So this app it's live. It's something that you've built already. Where have you validated it? Who has used this app, and what knowledge have you gained from people using it?
So we are right in the middle of our pilot phase at the moment. We're spending the summer taking the app around to as many different people as we can. We're doing that either in a kind of role play type scenario where it's two carers together that we've met through agencies or care homes. And one of them is effectively being the person with the dementia, and the other person is being the carer. And they are using the tool to help them and get great feedback from that. And indeed, people with a dementia that are closer to us with, I have plenty of people in my network that also have a dementia because I'm a carer. And so we are getting feedback with actual people with a dementia as well.
So I can see that your end users, if you like, you've got the person with the dementia, you've got maybe a family member, or you've got a professional carer, whether that be at home or whether that be in a professional setting. So what have you learnt from them, and what feedback have you had so far that's both good, and what have you thought, oh crikey, I need to do a little bit more work on this?
Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you. So the feedback is overarching, incredibly positive. People are so grateful to have technology that isn't just about safety and maintenance. It isn't just about whether somebody's left the gas on or not, or whether they've wandered off and gone through the door. It's actually something that is building on self-esteem, love, belonging, the kinds of things that are so important in a care environment. We obviously want people to be safe, but we also want to give them those other things as well. And this tool helps with that. So people that are using this from a professional perspective see that, and the feedback is great. One of the things I would have loved to have done in our first iteration of the demo that we're taking round is actually show how this comes to life and how you get to the point of looking at what you're looking at. And that introduces the two new roles, the family administrator and a contributor, who are the people that are actually putting the photos in to the app and owning some of the settings, like the comfort photos that we just spoke about earlier. The family member would be the one that would set that. They're probably the person that has got the best idea about the things that would bring comfort to their loved one. And so that role of family administrator is very important to us at ReelLife Conversations. And one of the other things that I'd love to just share is the concept that remote care is often a very difficult role. If you are not physically close to your loved one with a dementia, there's quite a lot of associated guilt. There's quite a lot of despair and really not knowing what to do. The role of a family administrator could be a fantastic way of being involved with daily care for your loved one. If you are the person that is adding those photos, changing those photos, freshening them up, but also adjusting the app as it goes along, as the cognitive decline changes, so that less information is visible as the cognitive decline gets worse.
So now let's just talk about kind of strategic relations. You're in the pilot phase right now. It's clearly and sadly a growing market. Can you talk to us about your traction with strategic relations that are going to help you deliver that impact into your market?
Yeah, absolutely. We're talking to a lot of different companies. We are talking to care home groups. We're talking to individual care agencies, but we're also talking to potential partners and charities as well. What we are looking to do is build relationships with those that already are interacting with our target market. It's probably not appropriate for me to be naming those right now, so I'm not going to share the exact, but we all know some of the big players in that space, and we're talking to a lot of them right now. One that I'm really comfortable and happy to share is our relationship with Sage House, which is a wonderful charity over in Tangmere near Chichester. They are a centre of excellence when it comes to dementia care and day centre care. And they have agreed to have ReelLife Conversations in their smart zone, which is effectively like a recommended product for families and friends of those with a dementia to have in the home.
So just briefly on defendability, do you have any patents? Do you have anything to defend this technology?
Yeah, we filed a US patent on the architecture that is the bit that draws all of those links behind the pictures, and also stores, secures, manages all of that infrastructure. So we have a patent.
Fantastic. Yeah, well done. It can be quite tricky to get patents in this space, but yeah, congratulations. Pending, I guess.
Pending. And
There's a lot more paperwork, but the protection is filed.
So yeah, you've got your the products there. There's demos available. If there's people out there who are affected by the situation, then they should get in touch.
Yep.
And equally, you're looking for investment as well. So those people should get in touch too. How can they get in touch with you?
Well, first place is the website, which is www.reellifeconversations.com. It's REEL.
I see what you've done there. Yeah.
I know. There's a contact us. There's a wait list people can sign up to for the app.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for your time today. It's been great to hear the story behind Real Life Conversations. And yeah, I wish you all the best going forwards. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Thank you.